Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities in Miniatures. Today, well, I didn't get the whole entire box for the Cursed City, but I did manage to get the model that I was the most interested in, and that was Radukar, the main bad guy from the Cursed City. So, he was an interesting one. Number one, he is the only model, outside of the heroes, I think, that have the individual sprues. He is still push fit, obviously, because he is from the board game, but I just really dug his look. It was a pretty unique style that we really haven't seen a lot of in any of the Warhammer games. Very Eastern European, very Slavic, very Cossack looking, with his dress, with the hat, with the cape, with the furs, the pants, the lack of shirt. Just everything about him, bit different. He is quite tall. He does come with a 40mm push fit base. Not a whole lot of parts. We got like 5, 6. Looks like 5. I can't count. But the detail is quite nice. You can see he's got the scars there on the wolf's head. I do like the pelts that he's wearing. That was kind of a big interest item to me. So, not super complex. A little bit thin parts in places. I wish his sword was a little bit more one piece. He is supposed to be undead after all, so I guess we can let that go. Considering I do have quite a variety of undead models, I think this is going to be an interesting one to get painted up, and hopefully he should paint up quick. So give me a sec, it's not going to take very long, but I will get him put together, and we'll see how he compares to some of the other undead models laying around in my collection. So hold on one sec. Alright folks, I got Radukar all put together here. It's a little thinner than I thought. I would have thought with the volume of the wolf pelts that he's wearing, he'd be a little bit thicker. I mean, he does take up a good amount of space on that 40mm base of his. His face is rather recessed back in that hat of his. I am still somewhat tempted to replace the blade on his sword. Again, very Cossack-like attire. How big is he? Because I'm sure you're curious. He is as big as a traditional bull ogre. Nowhere near as thick and as bulky. But it does seem that a lot of the vampire models these days are going towards much taller than they used to be in the old world. I don't think I have any actual old Warhammer vampires anymore. I tried to grab a couple of other undead models just to get a good idea of what he should be looking like in comparison to them, with some of the Grimwatch ghouls here. So you can see he is quite a bit bigger, despite their scenic bases. He does have that little rocky outcropping that plugs into the bottom of his base. I haven't attached them fully because I'm probably going to put some sand around it still. How about with some chain rasps? I don't think I can think of a more basic, generic troop type. Actually, I have a couple of Nighthawk models hanging around here. Again, just to give you guys an idea what to expect size-wise. If we come closer, that might help. Glaive Wraith. So you can see, he's got the bulk, not as much as our ogre friend here, but he is still quite physically impressive in relation to the other models. Why don't we grab our witch hunter friend? That may give us a better idea compared to a traditional, typical human. Grabbed a Wargames Atlantic skeleton. You need some minion types. Considering the debacle that the release for Cursed City is turned into, it doesn't look like I'm going to be getting a copy for myself anytime soon. So I'm probably just going to have to, satisfy my undead cravings with Radukar here. Grabbing a couple other models just out of curiosity's sake. A Draugr from Malifaux. who is quite a big model. Oh, what are these dudes called? Not the Mortec. Not the Mortec. What are they called? The Cossack Bone Reapers. You know, they are a little bit larger than an average human, but still, Radukar. Gonna be towering over them. Almost as big as an Ironjaw. Better proportioned, I guess. What actually is bigger than him? I don't know. Wormspat guy here. Nope. How about a Conquest model? That should do the trick, right? Okay. He stacks up pretty well with a Conquest model. So he's a big dude. He is definitely a big dude. I think he's going to be an impressive model once painted. And I think, actually, paint-wise, he should be pretty simple to put together. A Frostgrave model and an Untamed Beast. Here, we want an unconventional undead hero. Bert's the Ghost Caller. This is an old Titan Forge model when they were doing the Gravehaunt Hills. This was pre-Kickstarter, pre-Patreon, pre-3D printing. This is when they were doing an entire army of undead orcs. So he is huge. Well, at least his buddies hanging off of him are. And I really should have rebased him, but I did like his scenic base. And he actually does stack up pretty nice. I might just do a very uniquely themed undead warband. The more I look at them. I've been looking for an excuse to use Bert's anyways. I painted this guy a long time ago. Well, I'm hoping I'm able to at least find the Vargulf big bat guy to go along with him. And maybe his ogre buddies. Whoa. Surprisingly, I've yet to break him. Despite how crazy top heavy and out of proportion he is. I really should put like a washer or something on the bottom for him though. So, I think there's a good chance Radukar here at least is going to get re-released on his own, considering he was the only model, as far as I'm aware, that had his own individual sprue, as opposed to the big mess that everybody else in the game was included on. So, I'd say if you haven't been able to find him yet, I don't know why GW would not want to re-release him, considering he is, you know, on a separate piece, and especially with the Crimson Courts and the vampire armies. Were they the Soul Lords or something? Soul Blight, Necro Lords? I don't remember what they were called. But with them coming quite soon, I think there's a good chance he is going to have a nice little place in the army. Sadly, today, right before I filmed this, I went to go try to get the Crimson Court, speaking of the Crimson Court, and they are absolutely sold out everywhere. So if you are one of the lucky ones that actually got one today, well, I'm quite jealous. Anyway, cool little model. Definitely a different look for the undead. Not something we usually see with Warhammer proper, but maybe since it is with a board game, that's why we're introducing a new, more unique look. Regardless, I like it, and hopefully I can get him painted soon. If you are in the mood to get your own copy, best of luck to you, because it was hard enough getting a hold of this guy, and it doesn't look like it's going to get any easier anytime soon, at least as of the time that I'm filming this, which is just a little under a week or two after Cursed City released. So hopefully, if you're watching this in the future, things are much better, and we're able to find him, and everybody's going to be happy. With that said, this has been High Lord Tamberlane with Obscurities and Miniatures, saying thanks for watching, and we will see you back here soon. Bye-bye.